The program na Good Morning Salon, where they come to you live from Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. As you reap one of headline story, them inside the program this morning. Radio Democracy, they look inside the country in current status of peace. Now the country and safe look inside in them we go threaten national stability. And for Kaipui for talk about this particular issue, make we get Afonso Bani, we are the Executive Secretary, Human Rights Defender Network Sierra Leone. Good morning once more, sir, and welcome to Radio Democracy.
Good morning.
All right, Human Rights Defender Network Sierra Leone start operations inside 2018 for looking inside human rights issues them and self all government accountable for different things them we get for do with human rights. And because of that, make we invite her inside the program this morning because they don't look inside the issue of peace and national cohesion. But firstly, Mr. Bani, how you go assess the current status of the country in peace?
Well, we go look at them. I go respond to them in maybe in one or two different dimension, because peace is a relative term, and it depends on where you find yourself. Now you go tell say they at peace, because some man wake up in the morning, you know, eat nothing till the whole day. You ask and say if you get peace of mind, you go tell say no. So it just depends on how you look at them. But if you look at them holistically, one, if you look at them from the angle of conflict, war, we go say the country they at peace. Because where you know the effects, when I go talk, say we're not peaceful. But if you look at them from the angle of democracy and participation and inclusion, then the word peace go a little bit go be challenging, because you also need for begin dissect as to how the interpretation of peace go be. If you look at, let's take the two major political, I get with all due respect for the other political parties, let's take the APC and SAPP, because these are the two big major political parties. For now, if you look at the current trend as they go, the APC will tell you say peace not there, because they are not satisfied with the governance system. If you ask SAPP members, they tell you say the country they are at peace, because they're at the helm of governance. So it depends the angle which side you there and what you they control. You go begin determine. If you go now to the listman, that man within either Korobola or Kailao district where they go out here and for go doing farming in coffee or cacao farm. Once he able grab na money, he go not and back. He return in the evening to he get peace. Some people they didn't have return. I ask them, peace day. He go tell you say if you go come out like Calbaton for even go into the waka find boss. You get for up na line. Say if you read the cannot get more like the soak. So it go begin look at all those dimensions. The only thing we go say where people not resort to violence. Now you go talk say yes, the country is relatively they at peace. But as they begin resort to violence, the dimension and the interpretation of peace, it go begin expand.
All right. Most time people believe say everybody gets in your role and responsibility. Government get in your own, and the people self get in your own. As citizen, waiting we need for do for let the country, continue for maintain some of the thing the way people they talk, especially we get for those peace.
And you are right. We talk say we all get responsibility. Government gets your responsibility. Citizens get the responsibility, but also not forget for understand say the government na individuals when are citizens equally, so they have a dual role. While the general membership or we the commoners we just get one aspect, and I will give a simple response to that one day, and the response I will give is that we national pledge. If you take the national pledge, we now we own swear, now we own oath to this country. Sierra Leone, they at peace. Now 6 lines, then they by the whole national pledge. The first 5 about what in you, I, me, Bani, they give to this country. The last one, now God in grace. So help me God. But if the first 5 lines, none of them, I ignore them, there's no amount of prayer no the way God will answer me. Because if I begin to talk, say, I pledge my love and loyalty to my country, Sierra Leone, then I begin pledge my love and loyalty to my political party. Then I say, so help me God. No way. And so, now the way, how would they respond to the national symbols then? Where like the national play, where they begin that individual responsibility. Where we all, including the one holding our governance, the collective responsibility, now they deal with the national anthem. Everything about the national anthem is we. Now collective responsibility. How we all they ensure say this country will live in peace and the country bigger than any other person, including the president and including the governors. So if we all take the national anthem, we look at the national pledge and really work towards that national pledge, we brought that Sierra Leone a paradise.
Okay. You earlier on, my colleague asked you about the responsibility of citizens towards maintaining peace, and you don't clearly outline. You think over the past years, citizens don't hold up to the responsibility, including government, for CC, they maintain the peace in the country?
Yes, I would say yes, and I would say a little bit no. Yes, in the sense for now, you see people they go about the normal business, they live happily. Where you will begin see the tension, situations where they undermine relationships, cohesion, national cohesion, and cordial discussions. Now, when you begin get a period of elections, you see the two brothers, two sisters go there for almost 4 years, 4 months, or 4 years, 6 months. They live happily. That time when they talk, say 6 months for say and say this is an election period. They begin see people that will be they live together, they eat at the same pot, they almost turn to enemies. You go big ask the question. Why would not they make use of that 4 years, 6 months who don't live together as brothers and sisters and make it overcome that period of elections? And so today we're not able to understand why. Is that because of greed? Because of selfishness? Because of too much lust for power? Will they allow a short period where they control a situation where we for decide who that for govern we? And that period they will don't take, it outweigh all the other years they will don't take for live amicably. Will they talk, will they chat, will they make fun?
Okay. Many people go say the politicians there, or government in particular, get a responsibility for ensure say there is peace and tranquility in the country. Over the years, we don't see waiting on the happen. From a civil society point of view, which you think say responsible for why politicians them always they use citizens there for divide or for bring something that will go unbog the peace?
Well, I don't go blame the politician wholly. This is not a collective responsibility between politicians and with the citizens. Because if you see somebody use you, now we also create the opportunity, the space for make he use you. I can certain time working, they listen to major supporters. I use the word supporters in quotes because for Sierra Leone, I believe we don't get political supporters, but we get political slaves. And now there they move towards. At the release of man in the talk say me na born SLPP, me na born APC. I like na dog them put at the vote for her. Me ABM Bani, I know they vote for dog. Dog no they rule me. Na human being they rule me. These are the words where people they talk. So if somebody they talk that kind of talk there, politician can't help, can't add for say, I want to do this. So they also don't take responsibility of their conducts and their behavior. So with utterances, we conduct and we respond to national situations. Now you go make somebody no can begin to tell you. If you say I begin work and I treat a dirty, now you go make something possible come and say, but you take that dirty under. The appearance, then go make somebody approach you and tell you what you're not supposed to tell you. So if the people of this country follow the latter, the national pledge, politicians will be very mindful as to how they approach citizens, or as to how they do manipulate the mindset of citizens. And when you look at this country, and I make a practical example to myself. My daddy, Nagbamende from the south, and from a ruling house he comes, the Bani family. My mama was born me late now, they also don't die. My mama just died recently. My mother was born me, Namunu, from the north, Timinifula, and from a ruling house. So, me young individual, I come on 2 ruling houses from the north and the south. At the top the Mende, at the top Chimney, at the very small Fula. You hear me? So what you go and tell me was Sierra Leone. And they see the intermarriages. And if you look, even the most of the leadership of then 2 major political parties here, their leadership there, if you look at the man there, ask whose woman they were married. They don't marry a tribe a woman. Now a tribe from another region where they talk say this one are with enemy. But the citizen, the followers, no ever don't may ask, this man married Mende woman, but they tell say Mende they hate with the chimney or Liba. This man married a chimney woman or Kono or whatever, then they say chimney or Liba people they hate Mende people. This and era talk say we don't become political slaves. And why they say political slaves? Now only a slave not get the ability and the opportunity for tell a master the truth. A supporter, they tell the master the truth. And in this context, supporters of SLPP, supporters of APC will tell their party leadership, say, hey, this is what they do, it's not correct for this country. None of them will say anything. How for do? Now we party.
All right. Now, over the past year, we don't get different issues that way they happen. We get the August 10, we get the November 26 coup we happen. People all they mention some of them here say if them here they happen and some people law on our way women the part of them could they way up till now they not see. Still people the question say even if we get peace but it will be fragile. You throw that line there.
No, well, that make I talk say it depends the angle where you look at the word peace. Yeah, because it's difficult to get peace in totality. Entirety, see, you get peace because the bearings there, there's so much that we put them together. It just like we talk say somebody, this person a perfect holy person, which means you don't get sin at all. So he dies straight away in heaven. Well, it's practically impossible. So therefore, peace is just relative. Now the way how they conduct themselves and how would they manage we conduct and behavior towards each other. Then they make we talk say we all they at peace. Even though we grab the money, sometimes not even eat anything. Sometimes me and you myself, we don't set confusion and hopes at the camp. That anger will come out with my host. So they tell me go and get small word no more. I don't tell you bad word. You don't know what you come out with. You go begin surprised. Hey, what happened? So you go tell things say that no. But now the way how would they manage and how would they respond to the environment around we and people that would they interact with. Now they make use and begin determine say there is level of peaceful coexistence. You hear me? But we're not going to use that yardstick because one incident like that August 8, 9, 10 we talk about so. Now one incident will be happen and we don't pass that one day. Some they don't suffer, some they lost their life, and the one they will lost their life, you will tell me now say the parents there, if now parents lost their pikin there, or if now pikin there lost their young parent there at that particular time, anytime they remember that August, you don't go there at peace. But other people, you talk about August, it has nothing to do with them. They're there at peace. So it just depends on how. But if you take them from at least we get from a level point as to how you go to school or you go work, you eat, let's just look at the issue of respectable living. When person gets a relatively respectable living, you go begin assume say that person go there at peace because he able pay in picking the school fees, he able pay house rents, he able move from one point to point B, he able feed themselves. When he able begin managing kinds of things, you go see somebody go talk to them. But when you know they at peace within yourself, you dey really sense the desperation on people. You dey see the anger, how people dey react to each other. When they determine how the country is right now.
Okay.
How they relate to itself. How people they become so angry even within the political discourse. So man, they talk something well before remember I don't cause money cause. That they tell you how desperate, how desperation don't they into people in the country. And so now I'm going to begin to tell you how the level of tolerance they will lead towards peace.
Okay. In name now Alfonso Bani and in the Executive Secretary for Human Rights Defenders Network. As today it is the program for talk about the current status of the country peace and look at some of the things where they threaten national stability. Continue for the with we now the program Good Morning Salon, and inside the program now we go for this break.
The program Good Morning Salon they continue. Still inside the studios we get Alfonso B.M. Bani, winner Executive Secretary Human Rights Defender Network Sierra Leone. Mr. Bani, the TRC report been mentioned a lot of things them will lead to the what will happen na the country, we about the country peace and democracy. One get for do with corruption, two get for do with unemployment rate, and other one them. Are we foreseeing some of them things there, or we see some of them things that they happen presently?
Before I come to that, they don't look at first. When you look at the Truth and Reconciliation Commission recommendations, in summary, have been on 4 key areas. The one they deal with human rights and dignity. The other, I look at governance, institutional reform. The other, national reconciliation and justice. And the other one, conflict prevention. Because, the commissioner, they've been so professional for look at because the mandate have been for look at what happened, what cause the war, why it happened, and what will make it not happen again. So now that make even the last part they talk about conflict prevention, how to prevent conflict. But when you look at the TRC recommendations in reports that what caused the war and why the war reached to that kind of level, most of the things they would identify will lead to the war. It happens now. And they happen to the extent that they even imagine, say, this if happen even now. And that make I can talk, say, when you look at the legacy of the TRC, when the legacy more than the recommendation, the report we left, you look at the legacy of the Special Court for Sierra Leone. We been get the understanding that the punitive justice system, when the Special Court for Sierra Leone, go transform we criminal procedure system in this country. Where they look at the police, the judiciary, the correctional services. They now just name the non change from prison to correctional services. We yet foresee how the transformation of inmates there, where they come out for comeback, what is that need to happen. But when you look at the one we talk about corruption they under governance and institutional reform, because they believe say one of the things will create the war, will make the war come. People they be highly corrupt. So man deserve, he get all the quality for get this thing. If I go bribe, if I go pay, if I do this, and man then they do them nakedly without even fear. So all that they be what yourself. And now that makes some of you be so happy when BO become where it be the campaign and even the running governance, it be called 3 key words where make some of we be supporter. Where it say in your government where it take over, it go can't fight lawlessness, indiscipline, and corruption. Those are the 3 key words. But if we take and so would they encourage us still for back it take a step forward for make it ensure say what he be say it become a reality. That will become a legacy for her. In the first place, it will give a lot of opportunity because one, it don't serve by the army, it know the impact of war, it sabi what war can do, and it gets the effect of war, would I elect? So it know the meaning of war. Two, it don't serve as a military head of state. Then now it don't come back as a civilian president. So President Biono for being a person, a stranger to governance. And so enough for allow people for mislead in governance system. But these three keywords, the lawlessness and indiscipline, is so common even now the office of the presidency.
Because I just want to ask you, outside the lawlessness, indiscipline, corruption, they come from. Is it from the citizen or the government who command it?
Now most of the time, well, in this context, because I didn't zero down to the presidency because of in keywords then, and I want people understand now from a national context. Let's take the issue of the Auditor General. There is no way me, Ebi Ngwani, go talk say President Bio corrupt and as an individual. There is no way I go talk say President Bio, even in medical bills, will go out. Now Liban, now him pay for himself. No! He get people there where they do the incident. If they say there is corruption in your office, the audit not necessarily mean say that they point to you say that you do. What if President Bio for don't do? Not to the messenger if you look at. Now the message what they send, now this government before don't take. But they've put aside the message and attack the messenger when are the Auditor General. And in this context, even say they can't fight lawless corruption. And the audit service, they look at the issue of misuse of state resources or misappropriation of state resources or misdirection. Certain times they don't misuse money, but now the way the procedure what they use, now the audit service will identify say there's some level of what is it, what they either do administrative what is it. So what to be the expect is for me to address, let President Bio for don't take action for say, would I be handle that issue there? Fire. Instead they do them, then fire the Auditor General. And they do so much to the extent that the two parties don't left a precedent in this country. Former President Anes Bakoma left a precedent for sacking Vice President. We're not appropriate at all. We don't create a whole problem, a judicial precedent in this country. Now that Anes Bakoma left you, now your legacy. Madam Bio, they left you another legacy for sack an Auditor General. When he can say they fed corruption, there's somebody who for help you for fed the corruption, you sack her just because they identify corrupt practices within your office where you don't address the issue but you attack the messenger. That was inappropriate. And to we will not be believed say if I work that kind of way. So if we look at the issue of corruption from the TRC recommendations report, but things say the government need for step up. There are times I can meet some people there who can discuss, they say, it's like APC now be leakage. You know you get leakage, you can take something, you will put and stop and also. They say, but tell like SMBP now drainage. So which means drainage they had for manage. So we are also there for draw the cutting. We only get for know at the time when SMBP go left office and people then begin the unearth issues there. Because if you not try for address then need now we go left office, people then begin to say, we don't show this thing don't cause. Now that make a number of people then be realize say they tell when APC left power, when they take over, they establish the government transitional team, where they call that GTT report. They identify a lot of anomalies where we happen under the APC. So it's like when you get your host, when they now he didn't inside this place, you don't govern no side of it. When we come, I go identify because you don't accustomed to the thing, so you don't able to know them. So now so it can happen when government can move. So somebody will come back, what you not be seen as an issue, then they pick up as an issue. So for now, they claim that the country, there's no corruption. You hear me? But if it is fire, the team will not able to comprehend, what up to them able to comprehend. If you fight corruption and you talk up, now you slogan, now you campaign time, and even your own government, but for go to the extent for fire an Auditor General because of other issues or leakages of classified information in terms of the audit report, I don't think it's sufficient enough for make it justify say you are the father for fight corruption. So it needs to step up.
The issue of corruption with the president before we say in the fight now one. The issue of corruption with the president before me say in the fight now one, but also issue of lawlessness and indiscipline, another thing. Of late we don't see what don't happen at some government institutions them within between political appointees them and also some government officials them. One could say if till like that they happen among government officials them, what about the ordinary citizen?
So now I make a talk, but you see, we can always talk say if you see pikin go that street, e dey that street e begin cause mami cause. E don hear wey in papa and mama, dey cause mami cause. Now that make it the cause. You hear me? So even if we the citizen now, all man they behave lawlessly, law begin bring account in context. If you go na is it Shell, New Road, you go na Jewel Junction, that overhead bridge where they make, not so. They make her for make pedestrian them, they free them from accidental issues. Could you believe that thing they not the user? Instead they can't now back the try for make motorcar break, make them pass. That is complete lawlessness and indiscipline. When they don't make that overhead bridge, use them. So no policeman not for allow any citizen for use that road inside motorcar in the pass. Or possible for go stop motorcar for make people in pass. Now that's at the beginning and first on that angle. Now if you look at the governance side, which side they bring, we don't see which side ministers defend themselves, slap themselves. They don't tell you say lawlessness so this way President Bioka for comfort. It did like na in doorstep and indiscipline. And so the president don't achieve what he been care for do, will not see it because the only way we go demonstrate and the way you take action on some of their states, their minister the way you appoint, because now you appoint them. At the president of the office, he's not going to be minister of agriculture, he's not going to be minister of health, but they take people there for represent you, that make them put them all as office of the president. So anything will happen, when they talk say, now make when they refer talk say, the lawlessness, indiscipline and corruption, a day to the highest level in the office of the president.
So in this case, who does you go blame?
And they blame the presidency because it gets a responsibility. Now I make them talk, the constitution get the powers for hire and fire. So if a minister conducts himself in a way will not appropriate for public consumption, President Bio gets all reasonable rights for use the powers of the constitution for fire. Because he not go take that office, not a personal office, now a public office. And he did it for serve the people of this country, not to do it they can't serve you. So if you conduct no match with the office, relieve the person, it not make any difference. It they add to a legacy for say, this man, because when they say soldier man, what will they say soldier man a hard person? But if a soldier they compromise, I wonder how we go look at him for say he gets a military background.
All right, now somebody go ask say how lawlessness, indiscipline, and corruption can bog the country in peace.
Oh no, then it undermines the peace. Let we look at let's take the issue of lands. If you look at land issue now, if you go to court now, most of the courts there now free trial and even so now the provinces, you will find out say majority of the cases the way they go to court now land related cases. So therefore the early warning signs for conflict, the next conflict in this country now on land. You see what happen at Bond with the community right against the company. We see what happen now Kono Holdings. You see what happen na Pudloko. You see what happen na Pujom. You know, all side of mind, this all land related issues. And if you see now the western area now go to that peninsula axis. If there is a ministry of land don't can say this is state land. What are people in land? Somebody did this place for several years. They kind of talks and so government take that thing, that person will aggrieve, it get that anger. So any slightest opportunity we get, then they translate that grievances into violence. And at that day, if you want to send this invitation to me, I think I'll be glad for make I add my voice, because if we not manage, if the government not try to manage their conduct towards people and grievances and anger, how they govern, it they translate to something we no one witness again. And so the need for step up for ensure say people they live in peace. Because when you go take that person's property, it not get power, it not get way for facts, but it dey in now. Any small thing we will get an opportunity for translating anger, it will become so disastrous. So that make we think say unfortunate way Reverend not there, because that the institution and some of them things so now pointers where they undermine their very existence and where they make sure say this country will move forward. And until we try to address some of them critical things, the country is still very challenging. And so the office of the president need for step up.
Alright, continue for the way to inside the program in name na Alfonso BM Bani, Executive Secretary, Human Rights Defender Network Sierra Leone. We'll go for a break when we can continue for look at issues inside the program this morning. The program Good Morning Salon, they continue inside the program. We start for look at issues them inside the program this morning. This one say thank you very much, Mr. Bani, for saying the truth and call things by their name.
This one from today's court say This one from Tunde Scott say it's such a shame that workers of Sagatel, which is the state national telecommunication network, have gone for more than 2 years without any pay. What is Prince Bio and other senior managers are doing towards that?
This one from Bakar is say indeed Sierra Leone we have a political slave in the country. People are just supporting political parties because of their tribe region and because of family issues.
This one from Ibrahim say, as we reflect on states of peace in Sierra Leone, we pray for continued national cohesion, tolerance among all political ideologies. May our leaders, especially our president in his new roles as G7 eminent person, be guided with wisdom and integrity to lead us as a true democratic nation. We hope for a level playing field in the national matters and lasting peace for the betterment of our country.
This one from Abubakar Sidi Yankee Kano, he say, waiting they happen now, na Salon was past, waiting when they happen before the war. But okay, alright, this one not too clear.
This one from Mark 10 say, how do the findings of the 2020 audit report compare to previous years, and what trend or improvement can be observed?
This one from Ibrahim Sise, as we reflect on the state of peace in Sierra Leone, we pray for continued national cohesion and tolerance among all political ideologies. May our leaders, especially our president, okay.
This one from Fude say, Radio Democracy, as we discuss peace, let us reflect that the war and even the events of August 8, 9, and 10 did not happen with the will of the majority of Sierra Leoneans, but rather through the actions of a few individuals who believed they could not live without being in position of power. We must recognize that all those wrongs, whether during the war or those days, were unacceptable in a country like Sierra Leone.
This one from Emmanuel say, Mr. Bani, what we should do as a country to maintain peace and security.
This one from Michael say, yes, politics is one factor that affects the peace, but issues like injustice among government institutions like the Just program broadcast about Seratel is among key issues that affect peace. Too much injustice among community leaders and their subjects.
The last one I go take for now because of time. This one say, Mr. Bani, what will be your assessment about the infight of political parties fighting for power to lead their parties? Mr. Bani, these are some of the messages that we'll get inside the program this morning.
Okay, thank you very much. And they tell plenty thank to we brothers and sisters, they will listen and will contribute to the program. And I will start from this last one where they talk about assessments on infighting and political parties. This is not the thing I need for talk too much because with the see them, with the witness them, we all know We all know what happened before now when the SLBP, the current government, when then they do the lower elections. We say in the first stab, took this, broke this, make. So if a lower election, just internally, this now what they say family, family, law don't call it a family election. If within your family, una defect, how much money will you get election between you, your family, and another family? This now practical things what they see, we get for tell we how them two political parties get for look themselves when we come 2028. Because if you internal elections, una defect una self, you meet somebody outside your own family, which is outside your own party, how you get for react to that? Now the smoke with the see, the fire day for 2028. And now the same thing with the APC. They see the perfect themselves right now. Even when they go to lower elections, forget the what you said there. You see back the tension within inside. The same thing. How they go for engage outside, where they come on within their party for engage with SLBP when they go out there. You see the tension between them, even for leadership and flag bearer. You see the concern of San Subana. God knows if they handle and so tell you go better for them. We concern is we know one day in this country we shall see a one party system again. We don't come out that area there. The party therefore step up for ensure say them play the role as alternative to the ruling party and then play the role as opposition. We civil society we not replace political party. Not to we own dandy, not to we work. Therefore do their own work, we do we job, and that's they do. What we for do for maintain peace and security? The brother or if a woman or man whosoever send that question, it's very simple. Make we just respect our national symbols in this country, particularly the national pledge. That pledge now oath you they take to your country for serve and faithfully at all times. Do ya? Lord will maintain and they will do and they will better. The issue of Siratel is really unfortunate, but that they tell the country how we too selfish. If Africell, Orange, they excel today, now the greed of Siratel leadership. Siratel been get all the gadgets them. Then first of they use them post office, then poll them. Then they now all the districts in this country where we local communication system for don't stand tall. But because of greed, they empower external communication system for the leadership them because they get their own personal gain, they neglect. So this now watching them show now it is bad. But the government gets a responsibility because now state institution. If you get somebody 2 years you not pay, what you think say that person for do? If now young man be there at that side, the next thing that happen, then you go brokos. They talk say that man go chief. It don't get up. What if for make people that sleep fine, the living and sleep they don't get problem? Now government for address that issue. Address them because you get plenty secretary workman there where they suffer. Each workman times them by 3 or 4 family members. Now an issue. So government for do something. Okay. Audit service. Then talk about the audit. How you would say, well, we know they look at, we know they compare. But what in the audit service they do? Now cumulative. And not necessarily say if audit service say this institution it's 10 million this year, then next year it talk about 2 million. Now because they not be addressed now cumulative reports now so they because they not address the issue, anything they can it pop up so they bring account up. So not to something more different. The only thing we will know for this make them respect that independence role what the audit service they do and a human rights institution. Then the human rights defenders and we support them.
Okay. One for say plenty thank you to Alfonso B.M. Bani, Secretary, Executive Secretary, Human Rights Defenders Network, as he began the program, but talk about the current status of peace and also some of the things them weighed on the threats in the peace and national security. One for say plenty thank you to you will be part of the program today.
Thank you very much.